Fizzy Pop.
We apologize.
Oh, yeah? Well, just give me the password and we'll forget all about it, all right?
The password?
No, I'm just pulling your leg. Come on in. Master Reeve will be happy to have a few more conscious people around for the final ceremony. I wasn't kidding about the Fizzy Pop, though. These lightweights drank the lot. There's probably some cooking sherry left in the kitchen if you're desperate. Nah, don't blame you. Never touched the stuff myself, well, except in the mornings. I can sort you out a nice orgy later on, should the mood take you. What do you say?
Just keep walking, you strange little man.
Of course, you'll have to pardon me, miss. I do have a habit of spouting the odd vulgarity. Master Weaver has often brought out his whip to rectify that very flaw in my character. It's just this way. Oh, you'll have such fun. Not drinks and orgies fun, you know, but it'll be a real laugh, I'm sure. Now, there are some ground rules. Master Reaver insists that nobody carries weapons into the ballroom. There have been some accidents.
I'm afraid I need to keep mine. I'm here to find some friends.
Oh, you're the brave, noble rebels. Why didn't you say so? I'm an oppressed proletarian myself, you know. We're practically comrades. If you just go through these doors, you can sneak past the party and rescue your fellow revolutionaries.
There's one of my men. Kid, are you all right?
Get out, now!
Where are the others?
All dead. Reaver knew you'd come. He's been waiting for you.
What?
I'll get him out.
My! More busy little bees here to steal Reaver's honey. So industrious, so committing, so bloody annoying. When will you people learn to enjoy life?
I'll enjoy killing you. Does that count?
Oh, you're just full of spunk, aren't you? A true heroine. You must be lightning under the bedsheets. And now, as promised, the evening's pièce de la résistance. Another piece of the resistance. Voila. Do try to put on a good show for my guests, won't you?
Show? You expect us to entertain you?
But of course. It's just a game, my little sweet. The Wheel of Misfortune. It's rather simple. I spin, you die, we watch. Really, it's a riot. Why, no less than the most unsightly, most obnoxious creatures ever to contaminate this world. Super. You will laugh, you will cry, you will have your sinews gnawed upon. Bring out the hobs!
The little critter got a good one in there. I don't know about you, but I find hob rather sexy. I like a big mouth. In fact, I require a big mouth. Oh, that hob's going to be stiff in the morning. Stiffer than usual. It died doing what it loved. Entertaining rich people!
What's wrong to kill them?
A good hit for the valiant rebel there! Dear me! I hope there are no miners in the audience.
How many do we have to kill?
One almost feels sorry for those repugnant beasts. Then one shrugs and waits for the next piece of carnage.
Reaver's worse than I thought. What kind of mind dreams up something like this?
Like the tales of my greatest conquests, the wheel simply demands to be spun. What delicious fate will it deliver this time? Ah, it's just not a real party without the elegant shuffles of these gentlemen, so hallowed and yet so hollow.
Come on. The sooner we make our way through this sick game, the sooner we'll get our chance to kill Reaver.
Let the tearing of limbs commence! Chop, chop!
Do dead men feel pain? You might want to ask that fella.
Fighting the dead?
He's gone down like a sack of spuds. Undead spuds. That corpse is taking one hell of a beating. If he wasn't dead before, come on, he must be now. It may have been struck, but it will never stop. Unless, of course, it's struck a few more times and falls over.
Getting hurt over here!
What a heartbreaking performance! The poetry of life and death was unmistakable, and you had to spoil it all by not dying.
I'd read about Hollow Men before, but I'm not sure I ever believed in them. This better end soon.
Oh, wheel, let your exquisite circumference regale us with violent thrills. Ah, yes! I paid these bloodthirsty mercenaries out of my own pocket. With gold I took from the people, but still, they'd better not disappoint.
Mercenaries. Finally, something I know how to fight.
Their literacy may be lacking, but they do have a way with swords. Away we go!
Oh, he should have blocked that, but he didn't. You're rubbish.
That one is especially for you!
Well, at least he isn't suffering anymore. Come on, honestly. Today's mercenaries are just in it for the money. It's all right, folks. We'll send his payment to his widow, won't we, Reaver?
This guy's
Oh dear, give me a moment. Feels like a death in the family. Okay, next one. Don't think he'll be able to walk straight for a week after that hit.
Mercenary down!
The life of a mercenary is a short and brutish one, and it was his first day as well. Sand Furies! Oh, the Sand Fury couldn't get out of the way in time. It should be a crime to kill such a graceful creature. Somebody please arrest that rebel. Oh, so much senseless death. And if you're having trouble coping, buy a copy of my book, 101 Jokes for the Recently Bereaved.
Wasn't that utterly enthralling? Of course, you should be ashamed of yourselves, treating foreign visitors in such an unsociable manner. Oh, well.
I've really had enough of this.
You holier-than-thou idealists, always thinking in the simplest, most binary of ways. But I quite agree. This game grows tiresome, and my guests, they grow restless.
No need to get restless, sweetheart. Barry Hatch is here to take care of you. Fancy a quick jig? But I like that in a woman. You're just... Well, hey, Reaver! Help!
Brutes have any idea how hard it is to find good staff. Still, one might as well enjoy the show. What's the use of a secret society without a little secret, after all? Them amusing to fight. I don't want you to get bored. You know, I do believe that you might survive this after all. How wonderfully unexpected. Well, I must say you've made me out to be a somewhat poor host. Rather rude of you to dispose of all my guests.
Now it's your turn, Reaver.
Oh, my dear girl, why not stop all this bickering? The three of us could go up to my quarters and have a private party.
Do you have any idea who this is? It's Logan's brother. The Prince.
The King's brother, a bona fide hero. Well, I wouldn't dream of coming between siblings. Well, that's not strictly true. There was that time. Anyway, best of luck with this whole revolution lark.
Come back!
Perhaps we'll meet again one day. Tatty bye.
Bloody coward.
Would someone mind getting us out of here now?
I never thought I'd side with royal blood, but you're nothing like your brother. The Bowerstone Resistance will follow you without question. So long as you promise to change things when you take the throne. Poverty, children forced to work, people living in fear. You have to make it stop.
I promise.
We should get back. We've got a revolution to plan.
You have the support of Bowerstone and its underground resistance, but you still have much to do before you can take Albion's throne.
Commence shortly.
What's going on?
All citizens gather at the castle for the king's message. The speech will commence short.
This is never good.
You should find out what it's about. I'd come with you, but there's a reason we stay underground. We'll see you at the base when it's over, all right?
As you can see, your promise to Paige is now... now on the wall. I trust you are finding everything all right? Some things never go out of fashion. Well, I think that may have, but it looks comfortable. Good heavens, you look terrifyingly good. In a frightening sort of way. Reconsider, have you? Very well. Whatever you feel comfortable in. I like what you've done with your skin. I like what you've done with your hair. Feel free to change the color of your clothes or hair using the dyes. That is, after all, what they are for.
Much better. Any other business?
Give it a rest, will ya?
King Logan will address his subjects shortly.
Fancy a delivery.
The king has an important announcement to make.
Do you believe in animal rights? You'll do it? Oh, thank you so much. If we don't help those defenseless animals, then...
Well,
Our owner is famous. That means we're better.
How can it sleep?
You aren't supposed to be here. For your...
Ah, hello.
Royal address!
You freed them! You absolute darling! Thank you so much. You can leave the rest to me. I'm going to build some kind of animal hotel, I think. 5-star, of course. With lots of food and games and fun and stuff. It'll be like a little animal paradise here on Earth.
Ah, welcome, welcome. Always good to see you.
Lots been going on since you cleared out those wretched creatures. Most of the rubble's gone. Soon we'll be able to have the temple up and running.
You found it? Oh, we are going to have such a feast tonight. Have you seen who we're having for dinner?
Anyway, can't thank you enough. You've been a real help. We owe you. The cause of evil owes you. Say, you're an evil sort. Would you like to do the honors before you go? Inaugurate our new dark sanctum and that. You deserve it after all you've done. Whoa, easy now. I don't like it too well done. Anyway, good work. I declare the Dark Sanctum officially open! And the first evil act enacted too! Fantastic! Well, now it's time for dinner, so I shall say farewell. Come back whenever you like, and I'll put another peasant on the barbie for you. Anytime. Like when you fancy a snack or you've got someone you want to get rid of, or whatever. Say, you're an evil sort. Would you like to do the honors before you go? Inaugurate our new dark sanctum and that. You deserve it after all you've done.
No, don't do it! You don't want me deaf on your conscience. You do have a conscience, don't you? No! Don't kill me, please!
Whoa, easy now. I don't like it too well done. Anyway, good work. I declare the Dark Sanctum officially open! And the first evil act enacted too! Fantastic! Well, now it's time for dinner, so I shall say farewell. Come back whenever you like, and I'll put another peasant on the barbie for you. Anytime. Like when you fancy a snack or you've got someone you want to get rid of, or whatever. Say, you're an evil sort. Would you like to do the honors before you go? Inaugurate our new dark sanctum and that. You deserve it after all you've done.
Please, don't.
Whoa, easy now. I don't like it too well done. Anyway, good work. I declare the Dark Sanctum officially open! And the first evil act enacted too! Fantastic! Well, now it's time for dinner, so I shall say farewell. Come back whenever you like, and I'll put another peasant on the barbie for you. Anytime. Like when you fancy a snack, or you've got someone you want to get rid of, or whatever.
Welcome to the Sanctuary. I hope everything is in order.
Splendid.
We're low on stock, so I'll give you a bit extra for certain items.
I bet you sleep on a big
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... Good stuff. Leonard's been held in the prison, which I know is not ideal, but we will make it worth your while.
I'm sure Bob will think of something. He's a good friend. That sheriff will never make me talk. I'm no rat.
Thanks for the help. Hated to do that to old Leonard, but, well, cost of doing business.
No, that's terrible.
You there. I hear you know how to use those weapons of yours. Well, I've got someone for you to... Great. Alan's probably in Bowerstone Industrial, trying to get a game going with someone. Go make sure he doesn't succeed. Ever.
Any funny business and you'll never leave this place, I'll tell you that.
Have you tried this stuff? Makes you glad to be alive, doesn't it? This place used to be called the Reaper's...
Definitely feeling lucky today.
This was called Dung...
There's got to be some...
Better than what
I have a
you've
wife.
got.
No, she's not much to look at, but still. Don't. I have a wife. She's not much to look at, but still.
Well, that clears it then.
Show mercy! Please!
Run! Wow!
Right, brilliant. Now I just need to find a new card game and win some money. Hiring assassins isn't cheap, you know.
No
If you
one
don't
on
find Michael
Bowerstone has
Spells,
better
you will
pleasure.
Making a name for yourself, are you? Excellent. Cadekin lives in Brightwall Village. Come back and let me know when the deed's done. I'll be lining up fires.
How do we know you won't kill one of us next?
Welcome.
I hope business picks up soon. Need to run like meals. Will
We
fit
have what
neatly
you
in
need.
your pocket.
Your payment has been accepted. Now don't let me catch you again. We know all about you.
Please! Please!
We know all about you.
Remarkable!
Here
you are, then.
Best of
The
our
fastest
stones.
word in Albion.
People are ravenous for these horrid paintings. It's even better than I thought. Oh, isn't art wonderful?
I know the prices are. It's required in the castle for a royal address. You think you can win, do you? Well, we're the best. Logan's elite.
Yes, traitors walk amongst us. Traitors plot to end us. Traitors would have you believe their cause is noble. They wear many masks. They may look like your friends. They may even look like your most loyal servants. This is the face of a traitor.
Swift?
Major Swift, a respected member of the army and sworn servant of the kingdom, has plotted against us all. He was apprehended attempting to turn loyal soldiers against us, and is thus charged with espionage, treason, and conspiracy. Yet, there are still others darkening our land with their betrayal. We shall hunt these traitors down, wherever they may be, and they shall suffer the same fate as Major Swift, the fate of all enemies of the crown.
He has to be stopped. No matter what it takes, he has to be... Come on, we need to tell the others.
Welcome.
No! Please!
Run away!
No!
Run away!
Not me! Why me? Why would you want to kill me? I don't deserve... No! Please! Please!
Ben told us what happened. Swift was a good friend. He died like a true soldier.
A true soldier? Let's not pretend there was anything noble about the way he died. He was tortured, humiliated, and murdered.
And he didn't give Logan anything, or we'd be dead now. I called that noble.
It was just a matter of time before Logan did this. Before he decided to hunt us down. We have to fight back.
We're still not ready, though. We need more allies, and thanks to Swift's efforts, we know exactly where to look.
Before he was executed, the Major managed to send us a message.
A soldier still loyal to the old guard brought it to me, at great risk to his life.
What does it say? Well, this is Swifty we're talking about, so it's rather straightforward. You will find allies in Aurora.
I still don't understand how anyone there could help us. Aurora is a dead land. There's nothing there.
Or at least, that's what we've been told. It's still the only lead we have, anyway.
Can we get on with the plan? I have an overwhelming urge to shoot someone.
First thing, we'll need a ship. You and Ben will get hold of one, while Paige and I make sure the rest of the fleet doesn't follow.
You'll need to go via the back alleys, and they'll be crawling with soldiers.
Not a problem. I know my way around the place. I'll meet you at the back of the sewers. We're gonna show Logan just what traitors can do.
Go on. My men are putting together the materials we'll need. It should be quite a display.
Aurora is a distant place. It could be a while before we return. There's things you need to do. Now's the time.
Ah, hello. I trust you are finding everything all right? Good choice.
You know, Swift taught me almost everything I know about being a soldier. Let's show these bastards how it's done. We need to get to the far end of the dock, so probably best not to shoot until we have to. Come on. Talking to me? I have an idea.
Stop. Only Royal Guard allowed.
Oh, I know, but can I just say, wow, you look so stylish, you know, with the helmets and everything, and me and my friend were wondering if we could join you, because, I mean, you just make us ordinary soldiers feel so inadequate.
Leave.
Oh, come on. Don't you have any leaflets or application forms we could take with us? If we could just get inside and get your autographs, we are huge fans.
Leave, or we will be forced to terminate you.
See? Even their vocabulary is stylish. Okay.
We're under attack!
We're the...
This is going to be a tough fight!
How dare you shoot! Through the pain!
It's coming up!
Be careful with those barrels, they're full of gunpowder.
Make...
Bastards occupied. Come on, the way to the ship should be clear. Oh, maybe not. What about Paige?
She's staying behind. Someone needs to organize things here. Now, come on. Ben! Are you all right?
Yes. Ben's not here?
No. Looks like we didn't all make it. I only hope... Well, maybe he washed up somewhere else. I'm sure that's it. Anyway, the only way forward seems to be through a rather ominous cave. Before we go any further, I'd just like to say one thing. Balls! So this is what Aurora looks like then. I was hoping it'd be a little less cavey. Hello? Sounds like the dog's found something. Well, you never know. It might be a luxury inn. No, bats. He found bats. Good work, boy. Bats are exactly what we needed right now. What do you think happened to Ben? He's a strong swimmer. Probably reached a sandy beach somewhere. Palm trees, beautiful women, coconut cocktails, pasta. What the hopping hops is that? It must be protecting something. Like the... Wherever we are, we're not the only ones who got stuck in this damn place. Not the most encouraging sight in the world, is it? Still, they might have something useful on them. Why don't you check the second lot over there?
I found something. A note. It speaks to us still. Darkness incarnate. We know now we can never escape it.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Hey, I've got something too. One of these poor sods left a journal. Most of the pages have disintegrated, but well, you can still see plenty of weird symbols. It's mostly gobbledygook anyway. I mean, listen to this nonsense. Luminous spirits of the sands impart daybreak and gleam under a quiet moon. What's that supposed to be? Look at that. Can you believe I did that? Ooh. It does look somewhat dark, though. Oh, maybe going down isn't such a good idea. Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you lead the way if you're so tough? You know how I said it looked somewhat dark? Well, I'd like to amend that statement. We're looking into utter, total, complete darkness. Oh, what have you got there, boy? Ah, you little genius. Good boy. Oh, no, that's better. What do you think this place is?
I have no idea.
Temple of some sort? How could anyone possibly worship in here? No, we're not going any further this way. Looks like a bridge. Is that a mechanism to raise it on the other side? Isn't that handy? One of us will have to get across to use it. There must be some other way to get there. Here we go. You should be able to make it to the other side from here. Okay, be careful now. That thing's probably pretty stiff, and we don't want to make any more noise than we have to. Yes, and quiet and stealthy mice the adventurers forged on. I know I have a tendency to be slightly paranoid. It does sound like something incredible. Stand back. Walter the Scholar will deal with this. With an increasing sense of trepidation, admittedly. Luminous spirits of the sands, inhale the restless gloaming. Oh, there you go. What can I say? I have a knack for gibberish. Do you ever get the feeling somebody's playing games with us?
All the time.
Let's just be thankful and get through this place as quickly as we can.
The light you bring will die. The light inside you will die. All that you are will die.
Who's there? Show yourself. Oh, this isn't good.
The children are here to play.
What are they?
Be corrosive. Unleash. Be disease. Be devoured. Tissue tears. The tears burn. The burns blossom like dirty flowers on their skin. Do you feel it? You're tainted. The stain will never wash out. The sun will never shine upon you again. Tainted, broken little toys.
It's all right. We're all right. We just have to keep going, that's all. We're all right. Come on, Walter. Just hold it together. Stop. Wait. I think we must be close to an exit. There's a cold breeze. Can you feel it? There's that sound again. It's almost like... No! Not the light, not the bloody light! Come on, work. These things are all around. Come on, come on!
Pause.
No, we have to get out of here. You hear me? You hear me? We have to get out of here. As long as we have fire, we'll be all right. We'll have to keep walking, and we'll get out of here, and we'll be all right.
We are coming.
It's here!
We will devour your kingdom. There will be no bodies. There will be only darkness. The children command it.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Now do you realize how worthless you are? How you've earned the shadows? Speak no words! Speak no words! Those orbs of light offend us. Did the blind seer not tell you about us? Did she not warn you?
It's gone. The bastard's dead and gone. Right, and we're getting out of here. I'm sorry. I lost my head back there, I know. I've never liked dark caves, but this... It's as if someone took my worst nightmare and made it real. But it's gone now. It's gone! And we're going to be fine. Looks like the only way is down. Good evening. Right. Wait. Just wait, I'll need a moment. You all right down there?
Yes! It isn't far down!
Right, here I come then. 3, 2, 1...
You let him die. You let us take him, but you're glad, are you not? You wished him pain. You wished him undone. A great wave of darkness will cover your land. They will come for your king, but you too wish for the black on the throne. You tire of your travels, your burdens, the cries of the helpless, the cries of your dead. You too will be swallowed. bleeds light and fades away. You should see it. It's a beautiful sight. What happens to this piece of flesh? Darkness touches its soul. Ah, the eyes are gone forever. We have waited centuries for you. You see now the future that awaits you. All those people you want to save. The people you want to control. They will shrivel as your friend. They will be food for children. They are still so hungry, so very hungry. Shall come and protect us. And all that is flesh and light shall die. This land is ours. Darkness shall spread across the world.
See? That thing. It blinded me. I can't see.
It's okay, Walter. I'm here.
We have to get out. Quickly. It's still out there. We need to leave. You can hear it too, can't you? It is there. I'm not mad. I can't see anything. Take me to the light, please. It's still out there. We need to leave. You can hear it too, can't you? It is there. I'm not... Are we out? Did we get away?
Yes. We're safe now.
What can you see?
A desert.
I can feel the heat of the sand. But whatever that thing did to me, it's like it sucked all the light from inside me. I still can't see anything. Just don't let go.
Careful. There's steps up ahead.
All right. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't know how far I can go. Are there no signs of civilization?
There's something in the distance. It looks like an enormous statue.
How far?
It's going to take us a few hours.
No, stop. I can't do this.
Of course you can. Come on.
I'm too weak. You have to leave me. Listen to me. I can't see. I can barely stand. I won't just slow you down. I'll get you killed. You have to go on without me. Don't worry about me. I'll be...
All right. But I'll come back for you. I promise I'll get help.
Good. You'll do fine on your own. You'll do me proud. Now, go.
I can't see. Help you abandoned your friend to die.
Is that you?
He's calling for you.
What's happening?
While the children spread out his heart. You try to run away, but you are made of sand. You are falling apart between our
I have
fingers.
to find out just how ready you are.
He would have done anything for you. Now he screams alone. He curses you. Not even in death will he forgive you. Are you blind? Are you blind yet? There's nothing left. You're gone. All gone.
He's still alive. The other can't be far away.
Taking a nap in the sun? Typical royalty. You had me worried there for a while.
Walter!
Don't worry, we'll find him. You just sit tight, my friend.
Can you help them?
The young one will be fine. He is strong. We need to tend to the older one at once.
Hang in there, Walter.
Hey, boy.
You are awake. Good. My name is Kaelin, and you are in the city of Aurora. I have much to tell you.
Walter. How is he?
He is fortunate to be alive, but we have seen his condition before. We may be able to help him.
Is there another of my friends here? I thought I saw in the desert.
A devilishly handsome soldier by the name of Ben Finn? Not dead yet, my friend.
Please, come with me.
Don't worry, he's a tough old nut. He'll pull through. It's so good to see you. When I was fished out of the local port and Walter and you weren't there, well, I thought it was all over. Then I realized I was being an arse, and I worked my charms to get a search party out for you. Not that Kaelin here needed much persuading.
He is strong. We are accustomed to misfortune. Now it is time you saw our city.
Welcome to Aurora, the city of nightmares.
The Crawler did this. The being you fought in the desert caves. It appeared 5 years ago, bringing darkness and death. The few of us who still live have known nothing but fear since. We never know when it will come. And we cannot hope to defeat the creature and its spawn without an army. Even with someone like you by our side. Ben Finn speaks most highly of you. But you are not the first savior to come here. Please, walk down to our streets. See for yourself. Then you
Go ahead. Check it
You are the one who survived the desert night.
Yes.
We have not had much fortune with outsiders. But as you can see, fortune deserted us long ago. You have come to a cursed land.
What are you doing here? Everybody else seems to be hiding.
I am honoring the dead. My wife and my child. And I stand here because I do not fear joining them.
I'm sorry.
You may read their memorials if you wish. There are many elsewhere. On statues, doorways, wherever a memory will allow itself to live on.
Now you know what we have suffered. But as I said before, you are not the first outsider to come here.
Who was the other?
His name was Logan, the King of Albion.
Seems your big brother's been keeping secrets. He used to go on expeditions all the time, remember? Until about 4 years ago.
He too faced the Crawler. He saw all his soldiers killed by the darkness and nearly died himself. But he survived thanks to our care. He left with a promise that he would return with an army and save us from the Crawler. We never saw him again. King Logan didn't...
I promise.
Then let us go to war.
You have survived a terrible ordeal, but you will be the stronger for it. With Kaelin and the Auroran people on your side, you are finally ready to face your brother. It is time for you and Walter to gather your allies and take Bowerstone Castle.
How is he? Is he gonna make it?
I do not know. The darkness is deep within him. Few ever wake.
But he's improving. I mean, you're doing your thing and he's getting better, right?
I do not wish to give you false hope.
Perhaps it would be better if we allowed him to rest.
Don't worry, he's a tough old nut. He'll pull through.
Walter? Oh, balls to you all. You're not burying me just yet.
See? I told ya.
Yes. Shame my first sight had to be your ugly mug.
I'm sorry I left you, Walter.
You did all you could. And don't think I don't know it. I told you you'd make me proud. Well, we didn't exactly find the army we were hoping for. And I feel about 100 years older than when we left, but we're finally ready. You've surpassed every hope I had for you. You're the king Albion needs. So come on. It's time to gather your generals and prepare for battle. You know, maybe I'll take a little nap first.
All right, I've got it. I take a small group of soldiers down this route and blow up the West Barracks. It will draw their attention and open up the main route.
How's that better than my idea?
We will live longer than a few seconds.
Oh, well, now you're just picking holes.
Give it up, boy. What I want to know is what my men need to do.
That's for the future king to decide.
Paige knows the city best. We'll follow her plan.
Fine. I only put mine forward to annoy her anyway.
I see you've really matured on your travels. If you'll look at the map, we can go through the details.
My ships will take you to the beach here.
We can expect heavy mortar fire, but most of Logan's soldiers will be busy dealing with Paige and her men.
I want to be in the thick of the smoke and the fire and the glory. If Paige takes the west route, it's only fair I take the east.
Which leaves the center to us. Less chance of getting lost.
Then we're agreed.
Are you sure you're up to this, Walter?
Oh, don't worry about me. I may feel old and tired, but the day hasn't come yet when I can't charge into a good old-fashioned fight. Let the battle for Albion begin.
Our people are getting torn to shreds out there. They need our help.
We need to take care of that mortar.
We've already lost one ship. Caelen's could be next. Come on.
He's right. It's time you led from the front. We'll follow every step of the way. Ready? Let's go! He's not getting back up, that's for sure.
Watch out, the treasure has a gun!
Targets, don't they? If we can't get past those gates, this battle is already over. The mortar is down!
Get in there! The Auroran ship should be able to move in closer now. Do the stuff.
Take the fight into the city! Ah, a bit of close combat. This is more like it. Recognize old Walter, you hobbotherer! Better if you stop out. More guards!
Is this not the grandest time you've ever had?
Sabine, you almost blew us up.
You saw a glorious beacon of freedom burning in the night for all the... What is it, Boulder? Oh, bloody hell. Move! Move!
It'll take more than a grenade to finish off that old sod.
Meanwhile, let's do what he says and get moving, shall we?
We're the best traders.
fine shot. Get up. There's plenty more left.
By the best. You have.
Soldier's been shot!
Come on, Paige, where are you? Paige! Oh, about bloody time!
My men are taking care of the East Barracks, but I couldn't leave you out here alone.
That deserves a round of applause. Elite soldiers, my ass. Have that!
Stay alert. There'll be more coming. We have to find a way past this gate.
Always with the damn gates!
What we need are explosives, but I used mine up on the way here.
If only we knew some sort of tiny, crazy old man who enjoyed blowing things up.
Ha ha! Did you see that order? That the whole city bowed to our thunder.
Hang on. How did you get to the other side in the first place?
Dwellers have their ways, my boy. Is there anyone left to kill?
There will be soon. More troops are on the way. Kalian's fleet got a fair few, but not all.
We'll hold them off.
Come on, Boulder, there's more fighting to be done.
Good luck in there. Hope the crown fits.
Let's finish this for good, while I can still stand up on my own. Shall we knock? No. Let's surprise him.
So, this is how it ends. The old fool and the child who ran away. You finally become the man I always wanted you to be.
He's a lot more than that, and now he's ready to take your place.
Perhaps the time has come for someone else to lead Albion.
You were never a leader, just another tyrant.
Did it ever occur to you that I may have had good reason to be?
We're not interested in your reasons.
Cower behind ignorance if you will, but my brother deserves to know the truth.
Save it for the trial, Logan. You can beg for your life then.
There he is. The King of Albion. You've made it. Just like I always knew you would. It doesn't get any easier, though. You have a country to run now. And with Jasper busy in the sanctuary, you'll need a new personal aide. Someone who could keep you organized. Let me introduce you to...
Hobson. Hobson's the name, Your Majesty. May I say what an extraordinary honor it is to serve you? I have a vast wealth of experience, I assure you, though I have yet to experience vast wealth. That, Your Majesty, is an example of the sense of humor which will no doubt make our time together such a delight.
No doubt. Well, I'll leave you two to get better acquainted. I should begin preparations for the trial.
The trial, of course. The very first item on today's agenda. Among my other qualities, I am well versed in toadying, public relations, and time management. And I heartily believe the key to being a successful king is following a well-scheduled royal agenda. If you will permit me, here are today's appointments. I'm sure you will do a marvelous job presiding over your brother's trial, which, as I said, will be your very first royal duty. Your subjects await in the throne room for what is sure to be an historic occasion, Your Majesty.
All stand to attention for the King of Albion. Logan, former King of Albion, you stand accused today of crimes against the kingdom and its people. Those who brought you to justice will now speak.
There's not a soul alive in the kingdom who hasn't suffered for his glory, and plenty who've died for it. I says, let him have some death of his own.
Look, I'm not one for lopping people's heads off, but we saw Major Swift executed like it was a bloody circus act. He deserves nothing less as far as I'm concerned.
But aren't we better than that? Isn't that why we fought to be here now? I've seen what Logan has done to this city. People starving to death, children forced to work. But killing him now won't solve anything.
It is not my place to decide his fate, but his betrayal condemned many of my people to death. He promised us salvation, and then left us to face the darkness alone.
I had good reason to break that promise, and I had good reason for the crimes you claim I committed. The day I returned to Albion, I received a visit from a blind seer, Teresa, our mother's guide. She showed me the future of this kingdom. The darkness in Aurora is coming here, bringing death, destruction, the end of our way of life. The sacrifices I had to make, I did them to protect Albion. If a few had to suffer, it was to build an army. If a few had to die, it was to save a country. I have spent years preparing for this attack. Let me stand by your side now, and all my soldiers will be yours to command. Let us face the coming darkness, together.
If this is true, if it's really coming here, we are all in grave danger.
You have the power over life and death, brother. Now choose.
This is not an easy decision to make. Take all the time you need.
I prepared you for a day like this.
You can't escape punishment for what you've done, Logan. I sentence you to death.
The king has made his decision. Logan will pay for his crimes against the people of Albion with his life.
You have fulfilled the first part of your destiny. You were little more than a child when you left the castle. You have become a hero, a leader, and now, finally, a monarch. But your journey is not yet done. Now you are king. You can know the truth. Albion will soon be attacked, and the threat could not be greater. Darkness is coming to our land. It cannot be reasoned with, it cannot be halted. The ruler of Albion is all that stands between the world we inhabit and that darkness. That is why you had to take your brother's place. The course of history demands it. If you do not succeed, everything we know will come to an end.
Why didn't you tell me all this at the start? It was never about Logan, was it?
I told you what you needed to know, and I never spoke anything but the truth. With Logan on the throne, Albion would have been doomed. This much I know. Only with a hero wearing the crown do we stand a chance of survival.
And how do I stop it?
You won't. Its arrival is inevitable. 1 year from now, the darkness will fall upon Albion. All you can do is prepare, and hope to save as many of your people as you can. How you do so is up to you. 2 paths lie ahead. You may keep the promises you have made and be known as a benevolent ruler. But understand that doing so will leave little to spend on the kingdom's protection and may lead you to disaster. It is not easy to be popular and keep the treasury full, unless you are willing to sacrifice your personal wealth. But you may also choose to break those promises, to harm your people in order to save them. You will not lack the means to build the army you need, but you will be hated. This path will cast you in the role of a tyrant, as it did your brother. You have 1 year to do what Logan could not. Be the ruler that readies Albion for the greatest threat it has ever faced, and be the hero that can stand against it.
Your Majesty, I'm not sure what to say after receiving such news. The darkness that is coming. People won't understand what it means. Nobody could, without living through it first. We need to prepare. If we can't stop the attack from happening, we have to be ready when it comes. You will need to raise a fortune to pay for the army we'll need. Hobson will show you the treasury, and I'm sure he can explain just how to fill it.
Indeed I can.
Then I will leave you to it. Ben and I will begin recruiting and training soldiers at once.
If you will follow me, Your Majesty. Oh, how I have looked forward to this moment. This is it, Albion's royal treasury. The store of the kingdom's total wealth. It's, well, not as replete as one would like, but just imagine this room shimmering with hills, valleys, and plateaus of gold. A topography of riches going all the way up to the ceiling. It will require nothing less to build this army everyone is talking about. Which brings us to the second item on today's agenda, and one I'm personally very excited about. setting the tax rate for the coming year. As you probably know, your brother was taxing the people rather heavily, and some say that this has led to poverty, starvation, and other societal ills. You have 3 clear choices, Your Majesty. 1, lower the tax rate, which one could argue would help the poor and the hungry, but would also leave the treasury in a miserable state. 2, maintain Logan's policies. Not a popular move with the people, but moderately popular with the treasury. And 3, and don't let my enthusiasm influence you in any way, raise the taxes even further. True, many will suffer in the short term. Very well, Your Majesty. Ah, an arousing sight, is it not? Breathe in that gilded air. Our tax collectors have not wasted any time carrying out your wishes. Certainly some people will starve to death, but it's a small price to pay for the security of our land. If you carry on being this decisive, the treasury will soon be overflowing. Perhaps you could even take a little of the money for yourself. Wink, wink. However you decide to proceed, you should acquaint yourself with the Royal Ledger. It is a logbook that allows the reigning monarch to make deposits and withdrawals from the treasury. A most useful financial tool. But my, look at the time. You really ought to attend to the next item on today's agenda. Riva has a most intriguing proposal for you in Bowerstone Industrial. Now, I know you have had your differences, but it is time to put those behind you and work together. Nobody can raise money like Riva can, I assure you. I have seen to it that your appearance among the populace is well publicized, so expect a crowd.
Don't tempt me, Weaver.
Oh, happy day! His Majesty, the King of Albion, graces us with his radiant presence. I knew last time we met that you would emerge victorious from such public sibling rivalry. And now, here I am, to assist you in filling your coffers till they are fit to burst. What better way to begin your reign than by reinstating one of my most successful policies? There is no greater waste than the idleness of our city's youth, but my employment scheme guarantees children of all ages will have something to occupy them, whilst ensuring our factories are properly manned.
It's just monstrous. Don't listen to him. You promised you would end child labor. Remember that promise now.
And what would you have us do with the snotty little indigents?
The only way Bowerstone is going to climb out of the gutter is through education. Nothing is more important to our future than that. Turn this factory into a school. Give the children of this city the chance they never had.
A school? Well, that's an original thought. Well, if you'd like to be known as a pauper monarch, then by all means, listen to her. Riva Industries will abide by your decision.
The factory will be reopened as it was. We need all the workers we can get.
A most astute choice, Your Majesty. I shall begin the necessary modifications at once.
I will never forgive you for this. After all we've done, you're no different to Logan.
Welcome to the reopening of Reaver Industries Youth Center, where we care for your young 20 hours a day, teach them valuable skills, and ensure they never, ever get into trouble.
Come on now, don't make me get the stick.
We have the finest product in Albion.
The promise you made to Kaelin is now on the wall with the others.
His Majesty, the King of Albion. Today, you will decide what is to be done with the Bowerstone Old Quarter, site of the Battle for Albion. Paige will offer her proposal. Reaver shall stand against her.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, our victory came at a great cost to the city. You have done little to improve the lives of your citizens since you came to power. But it's not too late to start. I ask that the old quarter be rebuilt, and its former residents rehomed. You wouldn't just be helping those in great need. You'd be sending a message to your people. They're scared, Your Majesty. Let them know they can count on you.
Your Majesty, the old quarter was...
Now is not the time to build houses. We had other priorities. The request is denied.
The King has reached his decision. The old quarter shall become a monument to our victory, and is to be left untouched.
Sanity prevails. And do not fret. I shall make sure there is no negative publicity attached to your decision.
You have turned your back on those who need you the most. I wonder if anything has really changed since we overthrew your brother.
Despite the heartless demands of the greedy few, we are proud to announce that the historic site of Bowerstone Old Quarter will forever be preserved as a monument to this city's greatest triumph. Join me, Reaver, in saluting our proud heritage.
Is there a more beautiful spectacle than a big pile of gold? Forgive me the rhetorical question. In any case, we're certainly doing well. but we are still short of the target. As a matter of fact, our very first order of business might have a bearing on our financial situation. The time has come to decide the annual town guard budget. As you can imagine, the people like to Very wise, Your Majesty. Better to have a city full of criminals than a city full of very dead people. Let us now turn our attention to the rest of today's business. Here is the royal schedule I have prepared. As you can see, you have a busy day in the court, but a tremendously enjoyable one. Decoration is a passion of mine, and I simply cannot wait to see your choice. The interior designers await you in the throne room.
All stand to attention. Today you decide on the decor of the castle. Two of Albion's greatest interior designers have come to present their suggestions.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, I am Herman Worthy, and I have a design in mind that will blow your little royal socks off. Imagine a celestial scheme capable of lifting the shadows that haunt these halls. A fabulous balance of serene hues that announce to the world, I am a strong, virtuous leader. Hear me roar. But also, look how pretty my home is. You are an enlightened king. Let the...
I wish this to be a fortress of dread.
The readers of Castle Design Weekly will be delighted with your intelligent choice.
Well, I, for one, am seriously considering cancelling my subscription. You're all witches!
Today you decide on the future of Aurora, Your Majesty. Kaelin will speak for her people. Riva will dispute her cause.
You may speak.
I am here to seek the protection you promised. It is too long since my people felt safe, or knew of life without suffering. We were honored to join your fight to claim Albion. Now it is time we joined your kingdom. Do what your brother failed to do.
Aurora will become part of Albion, but they must work for this privilege.
The king has spoken. Aurora shall be mined for resources. Its people shall receive the protection of the throne in exchange for their labor.
You are no better than your brother. He may have left us to die, but you wish only to exploit us.
Welcome to the new and improved Aurora, an oasis of friendship, camaraderie, and valuable resources. Visit the city that Riva Industries rebuilt from sand and tour the local mines, where you can witness the Aurorans' refreshingly vigorous work ethic. Aurora, a gem glowing in the darkness.
A wise decision in court today, Your Majesty. While it is true that your popularity in Aurora has suffered, the people closer to home are not too concerned. This could prove to be a very profitable arrangement. And speaking of Aurora and profits, we may have stumbled upon some very exciting news in that area. It seems that a group of Albion explorers visiting Aurora have discovered a rare diamond in the desert. They heard the legend of this extraordinary gem from the locals, and understandably set out to find it, without a moment's regard for their own lives. Which may go some way to explaining why only one of the explorers returned in one piece. He came back empty-handed, speaking of the hideous desert beings protecting the treasure. Think of the glory, Your Majesty, the adventure, the romance, the large sums of money we stand to make. The diamond is located in one of the caves beneath the Auroran wasteland, reportedly the site of an ancient, abandoned temple. You need only to take it.
Boo!
I cannot tell you what joy it brings me to see you crowned king.
He who makes a hole for his brother shall fall into it.
You don't understand, Aurora. Why don't you just leave us alone? A fine-looking dog, that one. Oh, wretched. We have new sales every now and then, so come back soon. Buy what you need, but my goods are always... Shop here. We have everything you could possibly want. You are not invited.
You struck terror in their heart. That means more gifts and bigger discounts. Someone who's afraid of you is likely to try anything in order to be spared your wrath.
It's never too late to change your ways. It'd be better for society if you...
Why not live a life of luxury
It's as
when it is so
wine, I suppose.
Buy a gift
Things
for
are
that
all right.
special someone today.
Many thanks, shopkeeper. Worthless. A lot of you.
I'm going to assume... Every bugger I arrested. Our job is to stop people. Can't hurt you.
I'm afraid your property... Welcome to the Sanctuary.
Boo! Hiss!
It's more beautiful than I dared to imagine. And heavy, too. Our experts estimate it's worth a small fortune. Of course, now the question becomes, what do you wish to do with this fine stone? Shall I deposit the money from the sale into the treasury? Or perhaps you would prefer the funds were channeled into, let us say, a more personal account? As you wish. Far be it from me to frown upon a little indiscretion. How many lives would it have saved anyway? Who can say? The Treasury's health is robust, but we must always be wary of unnecessary expenditures and watch out for possible avenues of profit. With that in mind, I would like to discuss the thorny issue of child benefits, which were abolished under your brother's rule. There are vocal elements within the community who are clamoring for us to bring it back. In the interests of the Treasury, and of the long-term welfare of the people, I have a count. I'm so happy you decided to follow my suggestion. There will be less mouths to feed and more gold to stockpile. A win-win situation. If one ignores the inevitable loss of popularity. Shall we proceed with the rest of your appointments? Here is the royal agenda for the day. As you can see, you have 2 audiences in the throne room to begin. I've heard rumors that Reaver's latest proposals are both scandalous and delicious. It should be most entertaining.
His Majesty, the King of Albion. This hearing concerns the future of the Bowerstone Shelter and Orphanage. Paige will speak for the disenfranchised people of the city. Reaver will dispute her cause.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, the shelter has long been the only refuge for the homeless, the poor, and the orphaned. And until we can change the whole world for the better, it will continue to be their only hope of survival. Isn't it time we held out a helping hand to those who need it most? The shelter is underfunded and the building has fallen into disrepair. Invest in the shelter and orphanage, and perhaps we can begin to create a better future for Albion's forgotten people.
I could not agree more. The city and its people are in dire need. But it is not charity they require. It is love. I propose we use this dilapidated building to help both them and ourselves. For love and money have always gone hand in hand.
It is time Bowerstone had its first whorehouse.
The shelter shall become a brothel.
Excellent, Your Majesty. I will see to it immediately. And I mean immediately.
This is exploitation, Your Majesty. Your people won't be pleased.
Does your heart have a sizable hole that can be filled only with love? Do your pockets jingle with leftover gold? Then Riva Industries is pleased to present the House of Requited Affection, where money really does guarantee happiness.
Today, you will deal with a pressing environmental issue. The disposal of the city's waste. Riva will offer his proposal. A member of the Morningwood community will stand against him.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, I'm sure you will have noticed a certain aroma permeating the city of late, even more nauseating than usual. I fear it is not merely the stench of the underprivileged. Bowerstone is beginning to have a serious waste disposal issue. We require an inexpensive and efficient solution, and I believe I have hit upon one. Now, currently, part of our waste is being disposed of in the Morningwood Marsh. With very little effort, Riva Industries could...
Morningwood will be granted the honor of receiving the city's sewage.
The king has spoken. The waste from the city of Bowerstone shall be channeled into Morningwood.
I shall begin the flushing immediately, Your Majesty.
Oh, this is heavy. This is totally heavy. You've turned Granny Nature into your toilet bowl. But she'll fight back. You'll see. One day, in like a 1,000 years, she'll fight right back, man.
There is nothing as important as the health and hygiene of our citizens. As such, Riva Industries is delighted to announce the opening of the Morningwood Sewer Reservoir, eliminating Bowerstone's most pungent pollution. Emptying one's bowels has never been safer, or such a pleasure.
The day is almost over, Your Majesty. Only one more appointment left. Page has requested a meeting in the old rebel headquarters. How very cloak and dagger. I wonder what she wants.
Any other business to attend to?
You are looking pretty sweet. You'd think they'd clean these tables once interesting going on in the world?
Taxes are too bloody high.
It's not every day a king walks into the rebel headquarters. I thought maybe you'd forgotten where it all started. Good. Kid went undercover with a gang of robbers and found out their plans. They're going to strike the tavern in Bowerstone Market. If you get there in time, you can stop the raid. And at least one of those thugs must know where Ferret is holed up.
If you cooperate, you won't get hurt. But if you give us any trouble, we'll kill you. Now, just so you know we mean business, I'd like one of you to give us trouble, so we can kill him as an example to the rest. Who's it gonna be then? Oh look, we have a volunteer. The king, no less. Have at him, fellas.
Look at the money bags on this one! We're gonna be rich!
It is no longer advantageous for any of us to frequent the hideout in Industrial. Presently, I shall inaugurate a new centre of operations in Bowerstone Market. You've been provided with a key which will permit access. Please endeavour to prevent its transference to an unauthorised individual.
Never cared much for that, though.
You again. It does tend to obviate the entire objective of maintaining a secret hideout, if your enemies can simply infiltrate whenever they've the inclination. Lads, perform the specific services for which I employ you. Expeditiously.
Huh?
Kill him! Fast!
Oh, I love killing rich.
Stop all that talking and give up! I can't live one more day in this cell.
I believe I can state with relative confidence that your efforts are in vain. Even should it transpire that you vanquish my associates, this door is completely impenetrable. In addition to which, this cell contains a secret egress through which I may abscond whenever I desire. Meanwhile, my compatriots shall brutalize your person.
How much time have you got?
You haven't lost your touch. I'm surprised his men were foolish enough to fight you.
Now, truth be told, my superlative intellect notwithstanding, it would appear this is not, in fact, the specific cell I so confidently referenced earlier. The one with the secret exit has 2 beds. All right, you have prevailed, Your Majesty. I concede. However, I entreat you to entertain a certain proposal.
You have nothing to offer, Ferret. It's over.
Ah, that pronouncement is objectively devoid of merit. I happen to have on my person a substantial quantity of currency. Let me go free, and the money is yours.
As far as I'm concerned, you can stay in there and rot. But that's for the king to decide.
Good of you to demonstrate such compassion. I shan't be so ill-mannered as to outstay my welcome. Farewell!
You have made great strides, Your Majesty. Witness the glory of your treasury. Don't you just want to go swimming in all that gold? But the kingdom demands your attention once more. The time has come to make a decision on Albion's drinking laws. Under Logan's rule, our citizens are restricted in the amount of alcohol they can purchase per day. As you can imagine, this has proved a rather unpopular measure. And yet many respected members of the community think the law does not go far enough. They would like alcohol consumption wholly abolished among the commoners. They feel, rather reasonably, that it leads to improper behavior. The residents of Millfields will be most pleased. They will find it money well spent, and I find it money well received. Let us move on to other matters, Your Majesty. You have a busy day in the throne room ahead. Samuel, the head of the Brightwall Academy, is ready to plead his case. I sincerely hope he isn't after a handout, though I'm sure Master Reaver will be the voice of reason, as always.
All stand for the king.
Does anyone ever get sentenced to death at these things?
Today you decide on the status of the Brightwall Academy, Your Majesty. Samuel will speak for the town and its scholars. Reaver will dispute his cause.
You may speak.
Your Majesty,
It was your mother who opened the doors to Albion's greatest seat of learning. Under her rule, knowledge and culture flourished, and so did the people of Brightwall. I ask only that you return to the wisdom of those days. Your brother closed the academy down, but it is in your hands to restore it. There is no greater proponent of the arts than myself, and I celebrate knowledge in all its forms. But our people are frightened and...
The Brightwall Academy will be reopened as promised, but we will charge admission fees.
The Brightwall Academy shall be reopened to those who can afford its services.
If that is how it must be, very well. But I am deeply disappointed you have broken your promise. Very good. I will make arrangements at once. Stimulate your intellect in the newly reopened Brightwall Academy. Suckle the knowledge from the land's greatest minds and avail yourself of the best library ever assembled. The reasonable enrollment fees are within reach of almost 1% of the population, so don't delay. Brightwall Academy. As long as you earn, it's the place to learn.
The court summons Page and Reaver. The matter before you today is the future of Bower Lake. Reaver will offer his proposal. Page will stand against him.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, a recent survey of Bower Lake has found that the waterbed is rich in valuable metals. Now, as amusing as it would be to make workers hold their breath as they mine these resources, I fear it would be impractical. Instead, we have no choice but to dam the river and drain the lake of all water. Once that is done, we will have a ready-made quarry, ripe for the plucking. It will be a pity to disfigure...
We need the resources in Bower Lake. It will become a quarry.
The king has ruled. Bower Lake shall be drained and mined for resources.
I applaud your enterprising spirit. The lake shall be drained at once.
I fought for you, but you've turned your back on your people. Majesty.
Behold the ugliness of nature, so miserly in its gifts, its very lakeness, an affront to all good sense. Now, see it transformed into an exquisite monument to human ingenuity. Soil and rock offering up life and hope to thousands. How can one fail to be moved by such generosity? Reaver Industries proudly presents the Bower Pits.
I trust the court was not too dull today. In any case, I'm confident your final task will be most enjoyable. A loyal and wealthy member of our community has offered to make a sizable donation to our treasury. Her only request is that you go to Millfields to make the collection in person. A perfect chance to stretch your legs, Your Majesty.
Ah, hello.
Fancy a delivery job?
Look, I know where the thief is. He fled into the woods.
Madam, I understand you want to recover what you've lost, but those woods are simply too dangerous. It would be suicide to enter them without combat experience, or training, or skill.
I don't want to enter them. I want you to.
Right. I was talking about me.
Oh, just forget it. Ah, Your Majesty, it's such an honor to have you here. If only fate hadn't conspired to make me look like a fool. I so wanted to make a contribution to the noble cause. What's the use of a priceless heirloom if we're all going to perish in who knows what frightful way? Beware the woods, Your Majesty. The soldiers may be superstitious, but there's no denying dangerous beasts lurk within. Good luck. I know you will succeed.
Looking for the statue, Your Majesty. Follow the white Belverine.
Right, you monster. Prepare to meet your... Oh, I'm so sorry. For a moment there, I thought you were a Belverine. Damn things are always trying to get through our defenses. We burn silver nitrate in those lamps to keep them out. Kills them pretty quick if they hang around for too long. If a lamp goes out...
here.
Using my small crossbow.
Your Majesty, I've been expecting you. Been through the village, have you? Charming hamlet. It's full of warm, wonderful people who'll give you the shirt off their back and condemn you to death for one simple mistake. Anyone can fall asleep on watch. You exile him into this forest and call it justice? But enough about that. You're here for that statue. It's quite a remarkable thing. It did everything the legend said it would. And now I don't need it anymore. It's funny how things change. So if you want to take it back to that prig in Millfields, it's yours. Nearly free of charge. All I ask is a small favor. Destroy those silver nitrate lanterns. Then the village will get a taste of justice. The choice is yours. And it's a simple one. How simple? If you decline, my brothers will kill you. Excellent. Soon we will feast on the bodies of those betrayers. Now go. Destroy all the lamps. Return here once you have completed this task. For your
I'm warning you! Stop now, or I'll open...
Where do I find out?
vengeance was sweet. A quality shared by many of my former neighbors, as it turns out. Here's what you came for. Seems the least I can do. Visit us again one day when you get the chance. You'll always be welcome here.
You're back! Did you find the thief? Did you recover? You found it? Oh!
And who could begrudge you such a trinket? Did you not risk your life to recover it? I will make sure it fetches a good price, Majesty.
At your orders, sir. My lord. Your Majesty. How are you, Your Majesty? Dad wanted me to work in the mill, but I said no. No way, that's too dangerous.
With the fatidic attack not far away now, it is most encouraging to see the Treasury doing so well. It makes one feel safer. I have taken to sleeping beneath the gold, actually. As for today's first order of business, you may have heard about the dire situation the kingdom's economy finds itself in. Logan's policies always kept our cities on the edge of bankruptcy, and the panic caused by the fast-approaching darkness has only exacerbated the situation. I'm afraid the only way to stop this slide into ruin is to bail out Bowerstone's a most astute and sensible choice. Financial ruin may bring much distress to your people, but the darkness brings certain death. Shall we proceed with today's agenda? Kalin, the representative for the Auroran people, has requested an audience with you. The court awaits in the throne room.
All stand to attention for the King of Albion. Today you must decide how much protection to grant Aurora. Kaelin will offer her proposal. Riva will stand against her.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, as you know, the threat from the deserts that surrounds my city has not diminished. The darkness could fall upon us once more at any moment. Aurora is part of your kingdom now, and I ask that you grant us protection. Build a desert outpost that can warn my people should the crawler attack. It shall allow us to leave the city in time and ensure the survival of your loyal subjects.
A desert outpost? I've never heard such nonsense.
An outpost would be a waste of resources. Aurora is safe enough for now.
The King's decision is final. The military presence on the streets of Aurora is deemed sufficient for the protection of its citizens.
It is heartening to see reason prevail. Bravo, Your Majesty, bravo!
We saved your life once. Now you condemn us to death? Is that your idea of fair requital?
Bring forth Sabine of the Mistpeak Dwellers. Today, you decide on the fate of Mistpeak, home of the Dwellers, Your Majesty. Sabine will speak for his people and their land. Riva will dispute his cause.
You may speak.
I come here seeking nothing but what was promised me and my people. You pledged to restore our home mountains and our right to dwell in them. We have fulfilled our end of the bargain. We have paid with our lives to sit you on that...
The forests of Mistpeak are too important to waste. They will make a valuable resource.
Mistpeak and its forests shall be logged to fuel the kingdom's defense efforts.
You have made an enemy for life, King. Beware a second revolution doesn't take this land before you can save it.
The forests of Mistpeak are our greatest national treasure, and now, thanks to Riva Industries, you can enjoy them too. Ships, weapons, and furniture are just some of the many wonders available to you now. Remember, nature wants us to use her.
Happy anniversary, Your Majesty. 1 year as King of Albion. Doesn't time just fly? To celebrate this momentous day, I have prepared some fantastic events. First, you will stand still for several hours while a local artist paints your portrait. Then, you will choose the 47 varieties of flowers you wish to be cast at your feet as you parade through the city. Oh, and you will need to sign thousands of autographs, of course. Let's see. You will also be fitted for...
The day has come, King. It is time for you to face the darkness. But you will do so in your true form. Over the past year, you have made decisions that reveal your nature, and which have affected the lives of all your subjects. Many see you as a tyrant, but you have done what was necessary to save your people. But you are more than a king. You are a hero. You are Albion's champion, its protector. This coming battle is the reason you had to take Logan's place. Only you can defeat the creature that dwells in the shadows. If you do not, all your efforts will have been in vain. Now go. Do what you were born to do.
It's here. The darkness has reached Power Stone. Reports indicate that our defenses were able to hold off the worst of the first attack. But if we don't act quickly, even the armies we prepared for this day will not be enough.
We have to get out on the streets, now!
Today we fight for Albion!
For Albion!
Death will seem like a welcome release once we've finished reunion, that traitor!
Your lives!
With two shots like that!
It's here! It's here!
The Lightbringers have come! But this is the kingdom of unlight now! This is the kingdom of death! Death beats its wings for you.
How come we don't get armor like this?
Page!
monster. Dead fingers claw at 1,000,000 eyes. You can never escape darkness. It flocks to you always. Of your young, the gurgle, freshly ripped throat. We give thanks for your desperation. Are you thinking of your loved ones? How you will never see them.
I can feel it. We're getting close to that thing. Where are you? Show yourself.
The lost sheep returns to the flock. No one ever leaves the darkness behind. No! Do you see? Do you see what you have allowed? We are all shadows now.
Hey! I'm sorry.
Oh, you took away the darkness. It's been inside me all this time. But it's light now. I can see the sky. And it's light. I don't think I can fight anymore.
It's all over, Walter. We won. We beat it together.
Do you remember the stories I tell you when you were a child? There was a great queen once, the mightiest hero of them all. Remember what you would say?
Teach me to be a hero.
You've done me proud, boy. You've always done me proud.
Oh, Walter.
I think old Walter would have liked it out here. He was always a fan of looking tall and stony. I can imagine what he'd say if he was here now.
Shut up, Ben.
Exactly. Well, King, old chum, ruler supreme, pal, you did it. You saved the kingdom. And it's time I said my goodbyes. I'm not cut out to be a general. And I think I'd like to start travelling again. Or maybe see if Paige needs any help down in Industrial. But before I go, let's send off our friend in style, shall we? This one's for you, Walter.
This is the world as it could have been. Devoid of color, devoid of life. It is thanks to you that it isn't so, and you ruled as strong leaders should. It is not everyone who understands the necessity of making sacrifices. It is what fate requires of us. You were brave to break your promise to Sabine and his people. But it is through such decisions that wars are won and lost. You turned your back on Paige, but she dealt in ideals. A ruler must deal with reality. Is saving the lives of an entire civilization not worth more than the comfort of its citizens? You understood, as your brother did, that Aurora was a doomed land from the start. Saving Albion was always more important. Without the strength to make those choices, we would not be standing here now. Perhaps we shall meet again one day, King.
Aren't you going to tell me my future?
The future will reveal itself when it is ready to do so.